I think for a team that maybe is known a little bit more for our offense, we played great defense today. I was really, really happy with the job that Jewell Loyd did on Rebecca Greenwell. Didn't really get much of a clean look all night long. Held her under her average. I thought her defensive intensity and focus was phenomenal. We could have done a little better job on the boards. They're a great rebounding team. They rebound so well. Really difficult. I mean, they lead the nation in rebound margin. And I thought we had them pretty even for a while, and then was a little disappointed late in the game that we couldn't rebound a little bit better. But offensively on a night we were just a little bit off. We really relied on our defense. So I think we're growing. I think we're getting better, and I'm really pleased with that.
Talk a little bit about Jewell's impact. I mean, she hit those threes that just kind of like got you going in the right direction.
Yeah, she really had a major impact in that stretch where we got the lead to almost 20. You know, so I thought she hit some huge shots for us. I thought Madison Cable and Kathryn Westbeld really played well in the first half. I mean, they gave us such a great lift, and then we relied on our defense.
Can you elaborate about Jewell's defense, just what she's doing this year that maybe makes her a more savvy defender?
Well, she did not let her touch the ball. I thought she face guarded her. She was on her, fought through screens, found her in transition. She did a really great job of just having that single-minded focus of I'm going to shut her down today.
Coach, first time in a while, you guys faced a ranked opponent. You got behind, but then they got in the groove. What's that say about where this team is at, that they were able to make that comeback and then kind of make a double-digit lead?
Yeah, I think we were back on our heels a little bit, and maybe the week layoff wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And offensively, they went right inside. I mean, looked for some mismatches. Our man-to-man defense, we had some mismatches. They took advantage of it. I thought when Kathryn came in the game and when Madison came in the game, that's when we really turned things around.
That was about the time you showed probably maybe your best toughness of the season tonight, you think?
Yeah, I definitely think. I mean, you get down 10-2 on your own floor, and you're starting to wonder what happened to the offense. I was wondering what happened to the defense, and then we did do some really good things. I thought at both ends of the floor after that.
For Kathryn to come in there and battle against obviously such a big team like you knew we were facing, what does that say about how far along she's come?
Well, she just gets better every game. She's really playing well. She had a great week of practice. She's terrific in the zone offense. She can play on the perimeter or inside. But I thought she showed a lot of toughness around the basket. I thought she rebounded really well. She had some great offensive rebound putbacks, and I thought did a much better job defensively today.
Coaches, it was a kind of a historic day when you consider what happened earlier with the endowment of the head coaching position, and just we talk about athletes giving back. I mean, I know you spoke in the statement, but if you can kind of elaborate on what that means to have a former player do something like that.
Well, it's humbling to think of it, the generosity of Karen and Kevin, and what she's meant to our program. She was in my very first class at Notre Dame, and I said, I'm thankful that you were here because I might not still be here if I hadn't had hit the jackpot really with her coming in. She was like sunshine. Every day came into practice with a smile on her face, upbeat, positive. I loved coaching her. She was so much fun to be around, and continues to come back, and we've stayed very close with her and her whole family, and we're just so thankful, so blessed for the generosity that they've showed our program. And she was such a great role model for Notre Dame women's basketball and the university, and all the values that we have. She has all of those.
Jewell, talk about the tough. I saw you smile when I asked her about the toughness question, and talk a little bit about the toughness that these two brought into the game when you guys needed it in the first half.
I mean, the one play of the game, I think Maddie, she almost did a full ball interception. I mean, that's stuff that she does in practice all the time. I mean, Maddie is always willing to risk her body for us. And Kathryn, our kind of inside joke is like she's a G. She's willing to go in there and fight, and that's what she did tonight. And I love it. When I'm on the bench and seeing that, it's so exciting to see that.
Jewell, we know the Julie, but it seemed like you were able to feed Brianna one of those, a really nice play there in the second half. You talk about you guys practice that, the way you lob it up there?
Not really. I mean, I just tell her, like, I'm going to throw it to you, so be ready. And she's like, okay. And it's easy. She's willing to go up there and catch it, and she's so athletic, and she's awesome. So I throw it up to her, and she's going to catch it.
You came out of a break, out of one of the media timeouts. You got the ball, and the time was running down. You got the ball over to Madison. Madison, you know, you don't even think in that situation like that. You just got to put it up. Right?
Yeah, I mean, the shot clock was running down, and obviously teams are going to run at Jewell, and I was kind of open, and she made a great pass and found me, and I just shot it, and luckily it went in.
You, when she hit those two, it kind of got contagious, didn't it, with the three-pointers?
Yeah, I think a lot of people came in, and I mean, at one point, I think every shot we took, it felt like that they were going in, and we were hot for a little bit there, so that was nice.
Jewell, can you talk about your leadership surfacing, hitting those threes when your team really needed them, playing lockdown defense on Greenwell when you really needed that?
I'm just trying to have fun. You know, I talk when I need to. You know, I'm a cheerleader when I need to be. I just really just love the game, and you know, they're willing to listen to me. You know, and that makes it a lot easier. And we're all learning from each other, and we're just, you know, we're a team.
Were you having some fun at the end there, getting a little chippy?
Like I said, I talk when I need to. You know.
Kathryn, you came in a game when the team needed you to, you needed some toughness down, because I think you started the games, you were down 6-0 in the rebounds in the first media break, and you know, you needed some boards there. Talk a little bit about what your thought process was.
Well, yeah, just knowing coming in, there were some big girls, and obviously they were going to have height advantage and that they're leading rebounding in the country, so you got to come in with some toughness right away, and that's just my mindset right when I came in, just have high energy and be ready to box out.
Coach, can you talk about Jewell's fire tonight that she showed?
You know, I think she always has that fire. I mean, she's always ready to play. She plays with great passion and intensity, and I thought she really kind of got us going early. We were struggling to score down 10-2. She got to the free throw line. She got another, I think she hit a 3 in that stretch, and then I think the rest of the team got confident, and I think that we took off from there. So that's what you expect in your leader.
When Jewell's defense really made it a one-dimensional game with their size, you know, you had to counteract their size then, since you didn't have to worry about the outside game. You know, what does that do to the way you approach it then with Kathryn, with Taya, with Brianna, with Markeisha, and that sort? How does it change the way you do your defense?
Well, it changed things. Their size changed our lineup. We looked to go to the 3 big guys, which we worked on all week, and I thought that was a pretty effective lineup until we got into foul trouble. So that was something that we've been working on, where we had just bigger bodies. We could play man-to-man, because that's what we really wanted to do. That worked for a little while, and then when we got the foul trouble, we had to come out and go back to the box and 1.
Madison, can you talk about Jewell's defense, just how she's improved it this year? Do you guys go up against each other in practice?
Yeah, I mean, Jewell's like, I can't even talk, like, in practice, it's hard, whenever she's guarding you, it's actually hate it, because it's terrible, but I mean, it makes me a better player, it makes whoever she's guarding a better player. Whatever we're doing, zone or man or like some junk, she catches on, she gets it, and she helps our team and all the way on defense.
What's she doing this year that maybe she wasn't doing last year defensively?
I don't know. I think a little bit more of a bigger role. She was pretty good on defense last year too. So I think she's just always been good at defense.
Yeah, she's fighting screens a lot better. I think she's communicating a lot more, and I think her lockdown face guard is a lot better than it was last year.
How different is this team from the one that had a close call with Florida State on January 2nd, where you guys are now?
You know, that was a really good team, so I was really pleased with that win. I thought that was one of the best wins of the season. We did a lot of really good things in that game, but I think we've come a long way, really, since early in the conference season. You know, we're playing great basketball, we're playing together. I think everybody's starting to get comfortable. The freshmen look a lot more comfortable, so I think we've come a pretty long way.
Coach, how important is it to finish the conference season as the #1 seed going into the tournament?
You know, every game's important. Most important one is the next one up, and we've got to look at it that way. Every single game matters from here on out, so we are focused on the next game.
Jewell, where do you feel you've developed the most this year? I mean, is it the range of scoring? Is it your passing? Is it your defense?
I just think that I'm more passionate. You know, I want it more. You know, I've had some great mentors before who really preached that. You know, when Sky comes to practice, we see that her passion grows, and everyone steps up a little, a little bit. And so when I get on the floor, I just want to have fun. I want to compete every single night. And I think I told our team on the first run that's it. That's all they're getting. But that's kind of my mentality was this year. Is that's it. No one's getting easy baskets.
We have time for 2 more questions. Sorry, John.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Muffet. They're not here, but Turner and Reimer had 7 blocks between them, and that had to be something that had to be pleasing to you, and probably something they didn't like.
Yeah, that really was. I thought both of them played well defensively. I think Tay getting into foul trouble, that hurt us a little bit, but she responded really well. I thought she came back in the second half really ready. She continued to be aggressive, and that was important for us. But I thought Brianna had a few good blocks in the second half that she just got a little more comfortable. I think the first half she was still kind of finding her way, but I thought things got better in the second half.
I got to ask one last question. Sorry, Carl, I got to take the last question from Nick. Go ahead.
Coach, you've now won 10 in a row since the loss at Miami. What's the biggest difference between that team and this team?
Night and day on that one. That was, we played as poorly as we can play in both ends, mostly defensively in that game. This game, we didn't play particularly well offensively, but that was the bottom of the season, I think, for me.
Carl, squeeze.
Go ahead.
This
Go ahead.
is sort of first stage of a 7-day stretch here that will kind of determine the conference. How do you take this as a jumping off point into the road and then back here for a little bit?
Like I said, I think we got to focus on the next game and just know that every game really is important for us to achieve our goal at the end of the year.